Welcome back, Stefanos. Another win today. Congratulations. What deck did you play today?
I played Spyral today. I wanted to see if the deck can still compete, and I think it went really well. It bricked a lot less than I thought it was gonna. So yeah, so here's the deck.
Okay, let's start with the deck.
We have one master plan. I really like her. She's still very powerful. Even if you open resort, you can still plus with missions, and she's easy to access. One Spyral Misty. I know nobody plays this card, but I really like it. It's easy knowledge to the top card of your opponent's deck. It's draw power, and it can bounce back your super agent to bounce another monster, so it's disruption as well. Worst case scenario, if you have this in a super agent, you can just learn your opponent's top card. Even if you miss it and you draw, you just summon the super agent for sure, and you know what to summon Baguska, and you can even link. So we have one quick fix, obviously, one drone, and one sleeper. These are one-offs. And next we have, of course, 3 super agent, 3 tough, and 3 last resort. I decided to max out on this one mainly because you need more Spyral monsters, because you have less to work with now that resorts at once, so you have to summon it with double summon or use assault when you dump it with full Spyral goods to get to Helix faster. And for the hand traps, I played 2 Blossom and 2 Ogre. I think playing more hand traps in this deck right now can actually give you more bricks, so I don't think it's worth it. These 4 are just fine. For spells, play Resort, Pseudo Space, and 3 Terraforming. I really like this ratio because having 1 Resort with 3 Terraforming is actually not the best thing, because if you open this or you have to search with Master Plan, these are dead. So having another target is very powerful. I don't like Ravine because Trickstar, I think, will be very popular as formats, so paying half for the Strudo will most likely put you in a bad situation. And there's a time where I just dumped Resort with full Spyral goods and copied it with Pseudo Space and to get a search, so you can do that too. Speaking of goods, 3 of, obviously, it's very powerful. It's better than double summon because it gives you more options. You can do exactly what double summon does and more, because you can summon from the hand and from the grave if you send rescue or assault. And double summon, you have to run it. That's why I'm playing a lot of Spyrals, 3 last resorts, because if you draw 2 and any of these, you can just get a Helix on board. 1 assault, 1 big red. I'm considering 2, but most of the times when I open this, it's a brick. If you don't have a play and you have this in your hand, then your hand is a lot worse than it would be. So 1 is enough. 1 for 1, the best card in the deck in my opinion, because if you open this, you have a play already. Rhoda, search tough and super agent. Foolish Burial for quick fix. Raigeki, Soul Charge, Monster Reborn. I think the addition of this card in this deck specifically is actually a lot more powerful than any other decks, because you just get a lot more value by bringing back a monster. You can actually play it very easily first turn. In most decks, this card is kind of a brick early game, so but not in this deck. And Upstart. For the traps, play 1 Rescue, and the 1 Utility Wire, which I really like. It's a searchable Phoenix Wind Blast, so why not play it? This deck wants to go first anyway. So for the main deck, 40 cards. For the extra, 2 Helix. I think 3 is kind of overkill, you don't really need it. For the rank force, play Warlord, Firewall, Scaldred, and Topologic. For link 3s, play Decode, Trigate, Gaia's Saber, and Georgiou. For 2s, play Ib, Proxy Dragon, and Outer Cloak Taker. I really like Outer Cloak Taker. I think it's a very underrated card. It'll play in a lot more decks, it'll become stable. Its markers are very good, it's easy to summon, and its effect is kind of decent. And for the Xyz, play 1 Baguska and 1 Princess Sprite. Another thing about the deck is I'm not running the Lyrical Ischemia monster, because Diddy Crow is kind of a brick, and you'd rather get a spell or trap. Even if you miss, it's not very terrible, but getting a Diddy Crow will not actually do you anything good. Yeah, you can hit a Reincarnation against the right matchup, but these 2 are just exactly what you need. And for the side deck, free draw, mainly against Trickstars, because like I said, I think it will be the best deck of the format along with Pendulums, so you have to counter them. Under Call, 3 Soldering. It's gonna work in the mirror match. I don't see any mirror matches being played, but against Pendulums and against Trickstars, it's very powerful. 2 Undispel, 2 Mindcrest, mainly against people I know that run evenly matched, but it can work against decks that search a lot. 2 Chaos Struggle against Trickstars and Pendulums, because if Pendulums summon like, even if the Pendulums summon like 4 monsters, if they're all light and dark, they will all get banished, so it's very powerful. And 2D barrier. I'm liking this card even less every format. But against Pendulum is mediocre. Against Burning Abyss it's okay. I don't know. This card will most likely take it out if I figure out a deck I need to beat to decide accordingly. So yeah, that's it for the deck. I really like it, and I think the format is actually very good.
Thank you very much, Stefanos. Another win, of course. Hope to see you next week, and hope you win again. Thank you very much.